Hello, my name is Noel Borgess. I'm with Mellap, one of the co-founders. We launched a social token platform, and we have the pleasure of launching with one of our first tokens, Copper Coin, none other than Jim Jones, hip-hop legend. So this conversation today is about community building on and off the blockchain. And we have a number of pioneers, NFT enthusiasts, crypto gurus who are going to share with us their perspective on where the world is and where it's headed. So I'd love to start off by asking the panelists to introduce themselves, and we'll start with some questions.
All right, how's everybody doing? I'm glad to see so many faces that look like mine in here talking about Web3. I'm serious. Talking about Web3 and blockchain, man, because we really need this. I'm Link Green, the crypto chemist, and I am a blockchain, NFT, Web3. I don't want to say expert, but that is what I do. That is my profession, and I'm here representing Coinbase.
I'm BrandonDavid, Music City Crypto. We represent NFT Nashville and some other great brands, building community on and off the blockchain.
Hi, my name is Derek Jones, been in cryptocurrency and blockchain since 2013. I'm the CEO and founder of AtlantaCon. We're a cryptocurrency bank connected to FDIC insured bank accounts. We have a debit card that's going to be coming out in third quarter of this year. And we also are the only company that can send and receive cryptocurrency and NFTs by SMS and WhatsApp.
Hey everybody, sorry I was a little late. I thought I was on the other side. My name is Mellap. I am a blockchain consultant. I am also the founder of Maternal, which is an NFT project that is focused on maternal health awareness. And we are working to help mothers or create a community for mothers to get emotional, spiritual, mental, physical and financial well-being, and we're leveraging the power of blockchain and creating opportunities and spaces for mothers to know that there is a place for them here. My husband keeps joking that I should bring my children everywhere because that's part of my brand, and it turns out my daycare kind of fell through, so they came with me, so here we are.
Panelists, I'd love to start off by asking, when we think of community building and it says on and off the blockchain, what does that mean to you, and where do we see the difference between community building in Web 2 versus community building in Web 3?
Yeah, I'll take it. IRL, which means in real life, or it's an acronym for in real life. A lot of times these companies, these projects are rug pulls, right? And what we don't realize is they never had an in real life aspect. They weren't inviting you to meet them. They weren't inviting you to come out and do things like the mansion party, NFC mansion party in Miami, you know? So the biggest thing with community building is this a real community? That's the number one thing that you want to check.
Yeah, I like what you just said about in real life. The biggest thing pre-pandemic for a lot of people was people were getting stuck in the cloud anyway. Then everybody had to have their families come together. They started taking out board games. They started making their own mini movie theaters and figuring out, now we had to fight for in real life now, and we're figuring out how to do that. You know, we hear about the metaverse and all these things, but it's like these are now tools that can drive us back to do what we were meant to do on the ground, which is connect, shake a hand, look somebody in the eye, and just keep the party going, have parties with a purpose. Like, for me, what it means is, I don't know if anybody was at ETH Denver, but when I saw what Harmony Protocol was doing on the hospitality side, I became a fan out the gate. So when I started seeing them in other cities and how they do these TGI, Thank God in Dream dinners, right? So they bring everybody together, small or big amount of people, and they it doesn't matter how big or small, and they get everybody together, feed them, have a good time, talk, and then let everybody share their dream and vision. You don't need to be a Harmony ambassador to do that. You can do that wherever you're at. Whether it's a pop-up meetup at a conference, or hey, I'm just gonna invite some people over, we're gonna do a Zoom meeting. So whether I do it on the Zoom or I do it in person, that's what that means to me, is just keeping the party going, bridging the gap between a great experience and the next great experience.
Those are all great points, and just to kind of touch on that, when you mentioned Zoom, it's it's all about not just having communications with individuals that you don't know or you haven't met before, but even the people that you do know, introducing them to blockchain, cryptocurrency, the metaverse, NFTs, having Zoom calls with your family members, having Zoom calls with people that are in your neighborhood, and then going into those neighborhoods and actually having IRL meetings where you're actually speaking to them, showing them how to use the technology, being hands-on with them. This is important to building those communities so that they can actually see how to use these services and at the same time how they can affect them in their lives.
So when I look at community building in Web 2 and Web 3, I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing is that it's becoming a big way for businesses and entrepreneurs to leverage communities in Web 3. I think with Web 2, there was community building as far as the social aspect of it, but as we navigated into Web 3, we're beginning to understand that these are opportunities for us to build wealth and to build projects that affect society. I think there's beginning to be this integration between wealth creation and building communities, and so that's the major shift. And so now people are seeing, social capital is just as important, if not more important than, monetary capital as you come in. I think there's more value being placed in collaboration over competition, and so it's definitely something that everyone's gonna have to begin to really feed into and be very cognizant of and intentional about as we go into Web3. And it's not always about making money specifically, but it's understanding that value creation within the Web3 space is very different from value creation in Web2, because we now are understanding our interconnectedness. And I think part of that was because of the pandemic. We began to see how much we needed each other. And so, that's the major aspect for me in terms of looking at the differences in community building in both the areas.
Met you in the metaverse.